Good morning, friends. My name is Manoj Kumar Chitale, Assistant Professor, Hirashigura Institute of Technology and Associate. In this session, we people are going to discuss a module 4, that is of Windows. Okay, where we people are interested to select the proper kind of a Windows. A window is an area of the screen, usually a rectangular in shape, defined by a border that contains a particular view of some area of a computer or a portion of a person's dialogue with a computer. It can be moved and rendered independently on the screen. A window may be a small, containing a short message, or it may be a single field, or it may be a large, consuming most of available space on the display screen here. Okay, display may contain one or two or more windows within the boundary. Okay, let's look at the characteristic of a window. A window is seen to possess these following characters. The first one, a name or a title, so that we can identify it. The second one is a size, that is in height and width, which can vary. The third one, a state, that is accessible or active or not accessible. Only active windows can have their contents altered. Visibility, the portion that can be seen. A window may be partially or fully hidden from another window, or the information within a window may be extend beyond the window's display area. A location, that is a display boundary. The presentation, it's an arrangement in relation to the other window. It may be a tiled one or overlapping, or it may be a cascaded. The management functionalities or capabilities are methods that are used for a manipulation of the window on the screen. It highlight, that is the part that is selected, and the last one, that is a function, task or application to which it is dedicated. The attraction of Windows. If you look at this Windows, we are able to know that the value of this window, that is the best seen in the context of a task or a job. Maybe a person is performing a plenty of tasks in a unstructured manner. Okay, and that information, the fellow maybe collects that information from the different sources and try to manipulate it on in a organized manner. Okay, maybe you start maybe we start a particular task, and after that a certain period of a time we stop it, and after that again we start that process. The materials that are used to deal with that particular task are usually scattered, and that are positioned in a workspace to make a handling that a task as efficient as possible. While all the advantages and disadvantages of Windows are still not completely understood, Windows do seem to be useful in the number of ways. The first one, that is a presentation of different level of information. The information can be examined in a increasing level of detail. A document, a table of a content can be presented in a window. A chapter or a topic selected from this window can be simultaneously displayed in more detail in an adjoining window. The presentation of the multiple kinds of information. The variable information that is needed to complete a task can be displayed simultaneously in adjacent windows. For example, we can store or display the user phone numbers in a one window. In another window, we are able to know their names. In the third window, we people are able to maintain the address information. Whereas in the fourth information, we people are going to deal with the uh, uh, maintaining the information that is associated with the orders. Okay, that is how we people are presenting that information that belongs to the order processing system. For example, in one window, a billing can be done. In another window, the stock information can be maintained. The maintenance can be done at the same time using the window. The significant, the significant windows could remain displayed so that the detail may be modified as needed prior. A sequential presentation of labels or the kind of information. Steps to accomplish a task can be sequentially presented through windows. A key window may remain displayed, but other appears and disappears as necessary. The sequential preparation is essentially or specifically useful if the information collection process leads down various paths. Next one, that is access to different sources of information. Independent sources of information may have to be accessed at the same time. For example, the information may reside in a different host computers or a operating system, application or files, and so on. It may be presented on the screen alongside the problem and greatly facilitate its solution. Combining multiple sources of information. The text from several documents may have to be reviewed and combined into one here. The pertinent information that is selected from one window and we can copy it into the another one. The next one, we have a performing more number of tasks. While waiting for a long period of a time, the complex procedure to finish. Okay, another can be performed here. That is how you people are assigned some sort of a priority to these tasks. Okay, a higher priority task interrupts simply the lower priority ones here. The next one, reminding. These windows can be used to provide a reminder through messages or pop-ups or menus. The next one we have a monitoring. The data in a one window can be modified, and its effect can be seen in another window. The multiple representation of a same task. The same task can be represented in different ways in different windows. For example, we have a report that can be represented as a table in one window or a chart in another window. For example, we have a speech that can be represented as the text also. The same information can be represented in the form of a text. The constraint in a Windows system design. When it comes to windowing system, even though they have a appeal as well as a benefits, but they have failed to meet the user expectations. The users in the past, the users simply treat this windowing system as a chaotic one. That is because they are spending a huge amount of time to learn it, to know how the devices behaves. That is a behavior of devices, the working principle of those devices, because still we have teeny boxes at the window borders, and frequently we people are performing certain operations like minimizing, expanding the window, moving the window, so on and so forth. Because of that reason, we people are facing certain problems with the Windows system, and we have three factors here. That is the first one, that is the historical consideration. The second one is the hardware limitation. The third one is a human limitations. When it comes to historical limitations or considerations, the system developers have been much more interested in solving hardware problems than the user considerations, because the technical issues receive more attention, and there is a very little research that addresses the design issues and its impact on the usability of the Windows system, as well as the designers designers don't have some sort of proper guidelines. That is another problem we people are facing. That the guidelines, the lack of a guideline, make it difficult to develop acceptable and agreeable Windows standards. That standardization is another factor, we can say, that makes it difficult by the complexity and the range of alternatives we have to design the windowing system. The standardization of the interface also prevents the developer to design the windowing system according to the user expectations. A lot of developers see towards these standard guidelines as a threat, because the people are very much interested in the creativity, whereas some uh, software developers look towards these standards as a some other companies are going to promote their standards. And the third one, there are some companies, they are putting some sort of a cases, that is a they are taking certain legal actions if some other people uses the same approach or a same method to design their user interfaces or a windowing system. Because of this, the result is nothing but the developers of a new system simply creates another a new variation. Whenever they design a new product, they simply come up with a different solution, a different approach, different mechanism to interact with that system. Because of that reason, the users have to cope up with that new interface each time, and as well as they have to spend a huge amount of time to learn that a new system here. The next point, we have a hardware limitation. If you look at the today's the windowing systems or screens, they are not the large enough to take the advantage of it. Uh, uh, there are still we people are seeing a lot of people or the users of a personal computer, they expand their windows so that it can cover the full screen here. Either seeing all the content of a one window is preferable to seeing small parts of a many windows or operations, and visual complexity of a multiple window is not wanted. Also we have the slower processing speed, a smaller memory size. Some of the computer may prevent the use of Windows. Also we have a lack of resources. The resources drain very fastly. That is another problem we people are facing, that that reduces the system usability only. The next one, we have the poor screen resolution, and the graphic capability may also deter effective use of Windows by not permitting a sharp as well as the realistic drawing and shapes here. The next one, that is a human limitations. A windowing system is a complex one, and it requires learning using more operations, because as we know that practice makes man a perfect one. We need much practice so that we can become a master over that windowing system. On top of it, we have plenty of windowing management operations. Okay, this in turn detracts the end user from doing their tasks. Okay, these Windows management operations are placed on top of other system operations, and a window management can become an end in itself. This severely prevents or detracts from the task at the hand here. If you compare a full screen with a screen containing the overlapping windows, The task completion times were longer in a Windows screens, and but the non-Windows screen simply generates more user errors. Suppose if you eliminate the time that is associated with arranging these screens, on that case the task solution time can be reduced to one. In that case, we people are getting the good response from the windowing system, we can say that. It also suggested that to be truly effective, the window manipulation must occur implicitly as a result of user task actions, not a not as a result of a explicit window management action by the user here. Even we people are having certain other limitations also. The possible window problems include the necessity for a window border to consume the valuable screen space, that a small window provides access to large amount of information and can lead to excessive one and bothersome scrolling also. In the next session, now we people are going to discuss about the components of our Windows. Okay, thank you.